you have to eat 3,500 calories above your maintenance calories. So that's on top of your maintenance calories to gain 1 pound of body fat. And that means if you wanna go have Christmas dinner with your family and have some treats, you can do it. Your diet doesn't get thrown out the window. You're not ruining anything. You're not gonna gain all your weight back, which is what we were scared about. I wanna talk about 6 things that you think you have to do to lose weight, but you don't. Because I've lost 130 pounds and I've kept it off for 8 years. I used to weigh 275 pounds and I struggled for years to lose the weight. And I couldn't because I kept trying these things, thinking I had to do them in order to lose the weight. But all it caused me to do was keep failing, feel like my weight loss journey was a punishment, and be miserable all the time. Once I stopped doing these things, I was able to lose the weight and keep it off. Number 1. You don't have to eat plain, boring, or only healthy food to lose weight. I really struggled with this. I thought that I had to eat very plain, only super healthy, like clean, organic food, nothing tasty, get rid of everything I liked in order to lose weight. And so I'd eat plain chicken, plain veggies, plain fish. I'd put salsa with my tuna. I'd take away everything that I enjoyed. I could do it for a little bit of time, but then obviously I would break down. That wasn't sustainable. I'd get a craving. I'd have something that I didn't think would help me lose weight, eat it, feel super guilty. It would trigger my emotional eating, and then all heck would break loose, and then I would feel bad and try to go back into this cycle of eating boring, plain, gross food, and then it would just keep happening in this big cycle. It's not about what you eat, the types of foods that you eat. You have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. That's the only rule. So it's about how much you eat. You have to eat less. It's not about the quality of the food or the type of food that you're eating. You just have to eat less. Often people get confused, like I did too, where I thought if I only ate foods that were called healthy, that I would lose weight. The problem is just because it's healthy doesn't mean it's low calorie. Yes, healthy foods are great for you and it's great to include those, and I do in a balance, but you still have to measure the healthy foods. You still have to know how much of it you're putting in your body, because if you're just eating healthy food and not measuring, you might be in a calorie surplus and then you won't lose weight. So it doesn't matter what you eat, healthy, foods you don't think are healthy, things you like, you still have to eat them in a calorie deficit. Once I realized this, I started adding flavor to my food. I started seasoning everything. I added low-calorie sauces. I chose foods that I really liked, and I started using portion control to lose the weight. So everything I ate, I enjoyed. I ate a balance. I eat lots of lean protein, lots of veg, fruit, but I also enjoy some treats. I had dessert every night on my weight loss journey. Half a cup of ice cream usually and some low-cal cookies, and I included that in my balance. That was sustainable for me, not the plain, boring. I ended up eating light mayo with my tuna. No more gross salsa. Some people might like it. I didn't, but I was forcing myself to do it. So if you're forcing yourself to eat stuff that you don't like, you're never gonna stick to it. And I know that because I did it for years and I couldn't stick to it. It's how much you eat. You need to eat less, not the quality, not the health. And there is a difference between health and weight loss, and I always confuse this, and a lot of people confuse it. Losing the weight was the healthiest thing for me, not worrying about how much sodium was in my sandwich. So it was about me loving what I was eating, portioning it out so that I was in a calorie deficit, and enjoying what I was eating and doing so that I could actually stick to it and sustain it long enough to get the weight off and save my life.
And in today's society, it's like we see a lot of online like influencers or people, they have to virtue signal and say that they want health, but their real goal is weight loss. So that's where it can get really confusing and really frustrating if you're trying, like me and Nicole did for years, to eat healthy, and we're like, why are we not losing weight? Well, they're two separate things. Yes, they do crossover. Yes, we obviously all want to be healthy, but if your goal is weight loss, you might want to look into these things more.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, like, we're healthier now because we aren't morbidly obese anymore. We do choose a balance of foods. We include healthy foods, but we don't fixate on them, and we don't feel bad if we want, a cookie one day, we eat it. Or if we like lunch meat, we don't worry about the sodium in it. We just eat in a calorie deficit and enjoy what we're eating.
Like if we show healthy food, nobody comments. If we show one diet pop
or a margarine
or one, slice of deli meat or something like that, people lose it. So I know why influencers only show you the perfect organic grass-fed healthy stuff. It's because they get less hate for it.
Right, but we show those things because they literally saved our lives. Eating those helped Kyle and I feel like we weren't dieting, and it helped us stick to what we were doing so we could lose the weight and, save our lives. So that's why we do it. That's why we show it. Number 2, you don't have to be starving all the time. When you're eating a calorie deficit, it is normal to be a bit hungry, but not starving to the point where you're like ready to throw everything out the window and eat everything in sight like a Hoover vacuum. If you're that hungry, you might be not looking at choosing your foods wisely. Like, I focused on calorie dense foods because there's a lot of healthy foods that are calorie dense, which are great. There's nothing wrong with healthy foods. There's nothing wrong with calorie dense foods. But the problem with them is if you only eat those, you get a very small portion for a lot of calories. So for example, approximately a third cup of like chopped walnuts, which is only like about, that much, just a small handful. It's about 330 calories. So that much for 330 calories, if you're doing that all day, you're gonna use up your calories really fast. So you're gonna be really hungry.
And your belly's literally gonna feel empty because it is.
Right. Even though you might be going, but I'm eating 1,500 calories. Well, if you're eating 1,500 calories of calorie dense food, that's not a lot of food. But if you're choosing mostly low calorie, high volume food, like fruit, veggies, lean protein, like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, egg whites, that kind of stuff, popcorn for a snack instead of nuts, that stuff is very low calorie and very high in volume. So 330 calories worth of popcorn is this is just an estimate, don't quote me, maybe 10 to 12 cups of popcorn for that many calories versus just a handful of nuts. I still eat calorie dense foods. I eat butter, I eat bacon, I eat peanut butter, sometimes I eat nuts, but I balance it out with mostly low cal, high volume foods.
We eat full fat cheese.
Full fat cheese, but then most of our day is lower calorie, high volume foods. And I wanna show you an example of a couple of foods. I eat all of these foods. None of these foods are bad. This is why I have them in the house, because I eat all of them. But my point is to show you, if you choose your foods wisely, you can get a lot more food for your calories and still feel full and lose weight versus choosing a more calorie dense food and not getting as many calories.
And you guys always ask, I would add this in, we're not experts, we're not doctors, don't listen to us.
No.
But what helped me and Nicole, and you guys ask this often, with what helped with your emotional eating? Why can't I stop? The labeling and putting foods that are off limits or bad for you.
Yeah.
Saying that and labeling them that is one of the reasons that we rebelled and needed to compulsively eat them.
Yes.
So all foods on the table, they all have a time and a place.
Exactly. Okay, so here's an example. This is 2% regular 2% milk. 1 cup, this is 1 cup, is 130 calories. Now, obviously, I have this milk in my house because I do include it, but I most of the time choose the almond milk because this is 4 1/4 cups of almond milk. This is 130 calories of almond milk versus 130 calories of regular milk. So that's what I mean by choosing your foods wisely. For 130 calories, you get all of this or one small glass or cup of milk. So that's one example. And then the other example is here. And again, I eat both of these foods. Nothing is bad. It's just that most of the time I choose the lower calorie because I can eat more. This is 1 tablespoon of regular peanut butter. It's 90 calories. This is 90 calories of powdered peanut butter. This is, sorry, let me check. This is 3 3/4 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter. So 90 calories, mix this with water. It'll be the same consistency as that. 3 3/4 tablespoons for 90 calories or 1 tablespoon for 90.
Once you mix it with water, it'd be almost 4 times the volume.
Yes, and that's just a couple of examples of what I mean. It doesn't mean don't ever eat calorie dense. Like I said, Kyle and I eat both calorie dense and low cal in one day. We combine them. It's a balance. It's just about choosing the lower cal stuff most of the time because we have a really big appetite, both of us.
And we know what you guys are going through. Like when we're starting, we're like, how are we going to get through the day? Well, it took a lot of trial and error and figuring things out, like mixing the fats, the calorie dense foods with the volume foods.
Exactly. So it's just trial and error, find the things you like. But if you check labels, you'll find things where you can eat a lot more for less calories, and then you'll be less likely to be starving all the time. Number 3, we've already sort of mentioned this. You don't have to give up your favorite foods. You don't have to give up going on dates, going out to restaurants, enjoying holidays with your family like Thanksgiving, Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. You don't have to give up eating those meals. Kyle and I did. We thought, okay, here's a story. We were losing weight. Our very first Christmas, we were losing weight. We went to a Christmas party. We're like, we're not gonna eat anything at the party because we don't wanna gain weight. Even though we were eating foods that we liked, we thought we can't eat at the party. So we're sitting at the party watching everyone eat food. And someone said, like, aren't you guys gonna eat? So this memory will never leave my brain. Kyle sadly, in his cute Christmas sweater, goes over to the table, looks at it, picks up 1 raw green pepper, doesn't even dip it in the dip, and sadly eats the pepper. That's all he ate.
I was sad and I was staring and drooling at all the other food.
What happened when we went home? We went on as usual, but the next day, all heck broke loose. We got sent home with a big container of Christmas cookies that we really were like, they're not really great. Like, we don't really want them. We ate the entire thing. And then we were like, well, diet's over now. And then we ate everything in the house, stuff that we didn't even like because we denied ourselves eating at the party foods that we wanted, not just 1 single raw pepper with no dip.
And this is why the labeling bad and good foods is very dangerous because 3,500 calories is 1 pound of weight, of body fat. So you'd have to eat so much. By us thinking our diet was ruined if we had a couple of the treats we actually wanted at the Christmas party, it's not ruined. We wouldn't even have gained a pound at having, even a plate full.
Exactly. So you have to eat 3,500 calories above your maintenance calories. So that's on top of your maintenance calories to gain 1 pound of body fat. And that means if you want to go have Christmas dinner with your family and have some treats, you can do it. Your diet doesn't get thrown out the window. You're not ruining anything. You're not going to gain all your weight back, which is what we were scared about. It's when you eat in a surplus consistently every single day that you're going to gain the weight. Once in a while, having slip-ups are normal, or I'm really craving a cookie today. I'm gonna have a couple.
Plan it in.
You plan it, and that's what we learn to do. You don't get rid of it. Most of the time, if we're craving something, we'll make a low-calorie version to satisfy our cravings. And then every once in a while, like Christmas is coming, we're gonna be enjoying Christmas. We plan it though, we build it in. We know it's coming, so we're gonna eat normal most of the day, and then when it's party time, and we're gonna eat what we want. So it's about knowing what you're doing, what you wanna do, plan it, build it in. Eat your normal diet most of the day and then have your party and then go back to your regularly scheduled program, because it's about a lifestyle change, not a diet. You want to be able to do this for a long period of time. So you don't have to give up your life or your favorite foods to do that. Number 4, you don't have to cut out food groups. Kyle and I cut out carbs and it backfired. You can eat everything that you like as long as you're eating in a calorie deficit. Choose what you love. Don't cut anything out. Number 5, you do not have to give up eating late at night. Late night eating was something that was a big problem for me, and I thought that I had to cut it out completely. All that did was make me eat more late at night. So I started building a snack in at my problem time, something that I would like popcorn, that was also low cal, high volume, that would help me feel full, and so I could enjoy late night eating, but not go overboard.
For weight loss, timing doesn't matter.
No.
It might matter for you to sustain it over a long period of time if you're only eating one meal or whatever, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter when you eat. It's still calories in, calories out.
Yes. The only rule is you have to eat in a calorie deficit. So you can eat any time of the day that you want. And number 6, you don't have to exercise a lot. Diet is key. You need to be eating less, eating in a calorie deficit. Exercise is the cherry on top. For instance, when we started losing weight, we ate portion control and we only walked for 15 minutes a day. All the over exercise we did never helped us because the diet is the biggest piece. So if you want to know the exact meals and portions that I ate to lose the weight, you can buy my weight loss ebook called The First 50. The link's down below, and code Nicole will save you 10% off. Another tip for feeling full is eating protein because it lowers your hunger hormone ghrelin. This is Huddled HTLT Subs. It's the best protein powder ever, and they have this hot chocolate flavor for the winter season. It really tastes and smells like hot chocolate. Code Nicole will save you 10%, and the link is down below. Hope you enjoyed this vid, the friends. Remember, weight loss should never be a punishment. It's one rule to lose weight. You must be in a calorie deficit. Any other rules is just putting pressure, and you're not gonna be able to stick to it. Watch this vid and this vid for more fun, sustainable weight loss tips, because we're real friends losing weight in the real world where we enjoy our life, enjoy our food, we don't give up nothing, we don't make rules, we don't cut out carbs, and we eat a balanced diet that we love. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support, we love ya! I'll catch you in the next vid, choo-da-roo, won't I? Yes, I will. See ya!
See ya.
See ya.
Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.